G'day mate, Cobber here. Today we're going to be reviewing the Icon Gullit, his baby version, 86 rated, and if anything like me, you've been eyeing him up 10 Icon tokens and wondering whether he is fit to play in the center of the park for your side at this point in the power cycle of the game with all the team of the season cards at your disposal. So we're going to try him out there today. We're going to try him with CDM, CM, Cam, and to get things kicked off today, I'm going to put him on penalty duties and see if he can step up to the plate and slot it and get me the 1-0 lead. Now, a few things to note about this Gullit card. Usually in reviews, people start by looking at all the stats. I want to talk about that right now. Sometimes I feel like these cards do not play to their stats whatsoever. With all these team of the seasons out right now, there's plenty of cards with 99 agility, 99 balance and all that, and they really don't feel like that in game. So I wanted to see whether, because we all know how good Gullit is, his medium icon, his prime icon, we all know that he's a bit of a beast. So I wanted to see really, is this baby card going to stack up similar to that card because these other cards are just so good? My first thoughts are his passing range is exceptional. He's very strong on the ball. He can play with either foot and play with either foot quickly. He covers space well and has great attacking positioning. He's balanced. He's very strong in the tackle, and really in a time when I've played some quite horrible FIFA over the past few days, he was a big star man for me. In the time that he was in my side, I didn't lose a game, and I'd say my record lately has been more losses than wins. I've just really thrown the baby out with the bathwater. So you will see here that he's making challenge after challenge and winning the ball quite cleanly. And the fact that he has, and there's another tackle there, I think there's another tackle here again, he's just locking down shop for me at CDM. Now, if you've looked at his card stats, you know that he has 78 stamina. In the role that I've got him in CDM here, his job is to win the ball back, to carry the ball up the field, and I try not to sprint in this third of the field that we're in right now. I find the best way to break down your opponents is to be slower in this area, and that's where he occupies most of the space. So the stamina wasn't really an issue for me. I made sure he went into every game with 99 stamina to begin with. And you'll just see again making challenges. This is in the same transition. I just cut that briefly. That's on his left foot, pinged over the top. Lovely range to the ball, lovely weight to the ball, and we actually go on here to go ahead and get the 1-0 lead with a nice little double tap across. Moses being quite strong here, cutting it back, and Messi on the finish. So the stamina wasn't particularly an issue for me, and he did definitely make my midfield a lot more solid. I'm a big fan of having Kante in that CDM position, even now with so many team of the season cards out there, and I've tried a bucket load of them. Kante still stacks up for me as one of the best CDMs just because of his balance, his aggression, and how well he wins back the ball. And Kante actually isn't that bad of a finisher as well. If you get him in the box and you steer clear of finessing and just go for a driven shot, like you just saw there from Moses, Kante often finishes them. But Gullit just offers that extra bit of range. When he's off balance, he can really quickly ping the ball in on his left foot or his right foot, making chances like you just saw there for Messi. And that's a big deal. As long as you've got a CDM in the side that can't shoot, you're always going to have that inability to score in Big Foot Champs games and things like that. So I think that's a really big bonus for him. Watching him right now in the center of the field, you see the opponent has it and he just drifts back and gets tight to the man. And that's all about his defensive awareness, and then he has the attacking positioning to push forward as well. Often he'll make a bombing run without having to trigger that run by pressing L1 or LB, depending on what console you're on. His dribbling, I'd say, is pretty slick. You can do drag backs and things, and he feels better on the drag back than a lot of the La Liga team of the seasons do. I played a bit with Ocampos recently. Hopefully you guys don't pack him in your guaranteed packs, because that man is so slow on the turn, and there's a bunch of them. Perez's team of the season, so slow on the turn. He definitely feels quicker on the turn than those two cards in particular. There's one or two times he did give off the ball. He's not like a Messi on the turn, like you'll see here. Messi's so sharp, just in and out, but still he does feel slick. He did score 1 goal from open play for me and got, I think, 3 assists, 1 pen, 1 goal, and 3 assists in 5 games. So not too bad of a goal contribution record, particularly from CDM. I think he's far better suited to CDM as opposed to a Cam. A decent CM box to box, but if you are running box to box, you will feel that fitness in the latter parts of the game. But you can see here, drag back and then immediately ping off. On doesn't matter what foot he's on, that'll go quickly to the person that you want it to go to, and that's really important because it's all about speed of play. I was hoping he'd bury that one there. That he scored from a pretty similar spot in the game prior, which I wasn't recording. But a pretty nice push off here, and then a fast pass into feet. With his composure, he finds the pass more often than not, and he finds the pass quickly, which is important because you need to have the right weight on the ball so that people don't take the ball off you. You'll see there often if you play it out from your back with a wide pass like I did there with a player that doesn't have as high composure and good short passing, the defender will come and meet the ball really quickly because he has that nice weight to the pass. It just sits in front. It doesn't go too far beyond so that it gets taken off. And then you can see it's just parking up there for Mbappe to go and run that down. And because we win the ball back there, this is a similar bit of play. I've just edited it forward slightly, so this is all the same one bit of play from in the game, and then we go through and score. So it's those big things. It's that ball retention, that pass accuracy that you can kind of just constantly put on pressure, and then in the end you come away with the victory because he's just so solid in there. That high composure and that strength, it's exactly what you need, and it's definitely what I needed to start getting some more wins on the board. So I will be taking my 10 tokens, and I will be picking this guy up for my team. I've played with Lampard, I've played with Laudrup, I've played with Puyol. I have used every single one of the icon swaps under 10, and I do believe that if you are currently grinding through, he is your best value for money. If you've got that one extra from last season, I would strongly suggest going for Maldini at 13, but I do not have that one extra, so I think Gullit is the best bet of the bunch for me, just with how much balanced stats he has, and furthermore to that, also the fact that he has everything across the board: attacking positioning, defensive positioning, and he can do the lot, which other cards can't. For instance, if you look at Lampard, and I've got a video on Lampard, which I think's over 1,000 views right now, which is really cool. He doesn't defend as well, but he also is a lot slower on the turn. Lampard, I'd say, is the second best bet out of the bunch. I think there's better cards than Overmars. I think you're better served to have Neymar as opposed to Overmars, and Neymar's so cheap now. But when it comes to having that central player, Gullit is the man for me. And the proof was in the pudding when I picked him up and then didn't lose a game after that. And I was on the worst losing streak that I've had in this game the whole time that I've had it, and I didn't lose a game once I got him in my team. So hopefully he'll provide me with some big things this weekend league. And you can see out of all these clips here, there is barely a time where he does lose the ball or lose a challenge, and he's just constantly being that leader, that man in the middle, your Roy Keane style. And in the end, I was actually starting to bounce the ball back to him. So looking at his stats here, when I purchased him for the market, he had an engine chem style on him to boost the turning. I took the engine off and actually put on, I believe, a sentinel in the end, or a guardian, to boost up his defending and physicals, which I preferred. I don't think he needs that boost to the dribbling, especially if you're playing him as a CDM. He doesn't need to be turning constantly and all the time. It's more about winning the ball back in the challenge. Obviously, it gives you big links in the center of the field as well by having him there. And yeah, 2 thumbs up from me. I would strongly suggest getting him into your team. Also strongly suggest Mbappe, an absolute wall of a striker. Hope you enjoyed this video. If it helped you in any way, hit that thumbs up button. And feel free to share it with your mates. Until next time, take care, and I'll see you soon. Cheers. Bye.